So the theory is, if beginners are recommended to only throw mid-ranges and putters, because it'll take out inconsistency that the drivers have, then it should do the same thing for me. And I've been playing for a couple years. So the goal is to shoot 5 down on the entire 18-hole course with just putters, approaches, and mid-ranges. Nothing more than a 5-speed. And we'll see if I'm a little bit more consistent. So I'm gonna throw the Mako 3, see if it flips the way I need it to get around the corner on the right side. Nope, Echo B. I think that is OB. Guys, I'm super close. I thought it was OB. No way! It's inbounds, let's go! Oh, yes, just barely. It'll be a putt. It's a bit left, maybe long. The reason why I didn't know if it was OB or not was because they changed the OB line recently and it's not on the signs, and I've only played it once with that OB line, which is, it's definitely a bit different. So usually it's pretty safe up the hill, but not right now. So yeah, there's a couple changes on the course from the score that I would be competing with, which is like an average, but yeah, we'll keep going. It's only a couple holes, so no big deal. Here's my other mid-range, it's a chicane. I'm gonna see if I can throw a nice forehand out there. Basket is around, trees on the right side, OB on the left, a little bit of OB right here. So I'm gonna try to rip a forehand and see how it goes. I'm not sure. There is some OB in there, but it may have been long enough. Guess we'll see. I mean, can I get lucky twice on OB, first 2 holes? Guys, I got lucky again. I can't believe this. This is probably the best drive I've ever had on this right side pin position. Like, this is crazy. I guess mid-range is the play. Oh, that was so close. That's closer than it should have been. No chains. Oh no. Okay, first misfire. That was bad. Oh no. Not a bad effort. Dude, I'm playing amazing. Oh, I looked good until it was too right. Maybe was too confident in that putt. This is where it all gets difficult because we've been playing a couple of easier par 4s, some par 3s that are short. Now we're on to a par 5. Granted, because we're playing the short tees, the par 5 is not like super challenging, but it's definitely the longest hole that we've played so far. So can I still at least birdie this par 5 with only mid-ranges and putters? Yeah, yeah, I think this will be the test, and then a few on the back nine that are really long. We'll kind of test whether this theory is a good one, that you don't need anything else if you want some accuracy. And even people who've played a little while can use just mid-ranges and putters to kind of solve some of their accuracy woes. It's definitely left, not quite where I want to be, but I should be okay. Well, oh wow, that was great. Not bad. Wow. You know, this has always been an easy birdie if I just get it up on top of this hill in the middle. And I'm pretty close, so this is making me rethink everything I do off of the tee for this entire course. So, anyways, I'm gonna try to run this. It's probably not gonna go in, it'll probably look like a layup. But I'm gonna try because we can't lose the birdie here probably. Like I said, it looks like a layup. But it's a birdie. I'm too good. We are cruising. I think, at least on the front nine, it seems like you can play quite well without distance drivers, or any drivers at all. Mid-ranges, approaches, putters. It's all you really need. For now, we'll see if we mess that up on the back nine, but I think the point has been made a little bit, or maybe the point is I play better without drivers. That could also be true. That's something to think about. Okay, that was our first mistake. I just threw it in the hazard. Guys, I know I said that I threw it in the hazard, which is the gravel right there. Because it's a mid-range, apparently I couldn't reach it and I landed short. So I'm getting all the luck, which maybe it's luck or maybe I shouldn't be throwing distance drivers, but yet I should be throwing a mid-range and I can't find OB. That's pretty sweet because I thought I was going to take a bogey here at worst and a par at best. But now I could try to get it, or I could lay up and take a par, which is amazing. Let's go! Let's go! Dude, that is so sick. I think this may just be one of the best rounds I've ever played. And it's all just with a mid-range as my max distance and putters, and everything's going in. So I read the wind really well apparently, so That was wild. That was so sick. I'm just crushing. I don't think I'm ever gonna play with drivers again. Just kidding. I hit the cage. That was crazy. That almost went in. Oh my goodness. It's not an ace because it just hit the bottom of the basket for sure. Unless it went straight in, but there's no way it's an ace. So, but that's crazy. What a shot. That was wild. That was crazy. This is a great round so far. I'm having a blast for one thing, and two, I'm playing really well, which is probably why I'm having a blast, but wow. This is a lot of fun. I might play, I know I've said this a few times, but I think I'm gonna play the front nine, most of it, without drivers. So we're on the back nine now. This is where the theory gets a little shady. Not on this hole, but there are a few holes that are a lot longer. Maybe a little bit harder to get without a driver, at least that I think. They are, in terms of par fours and fives, not aggressive because they're equivalent to the tee you're playing off of. So if you're playing from the blue or the gold, the par 5 is a little less soft, but on reds, maybe a little softer. So, but they are longer. So on the back nine, there's hole number 11, which is another almost 400-ish foot shot. And then you have hole 13, which is 600 plus feet. And then you have hole 15, which is kind of an impossible par 4, at least that I think. It'll be interesting to see if mid-ranges and approaches and putters continue to show that they could still outperform drivers if thrown, I mean, I guess the same as if I throw the other ones. So they might be a bit of a safety net that'll keep you from bad scores. The tables might turn. Now we have to watch out for that. Hopefully not. I'm gonna try to play my best I can possibly play, and we'll see where that goes. Let's go. You're playing amazing. Basket's just under that big bushy tree way out there on the left, and usually throw a big Spikeiser driver from the right to the left and then push it in. It's par 4. Today I'm gonna try a zone. I haven't thrown it yet today, and I think this is the spot. Hopefully I get enough distance on it, but it should just be safe. So there's OB all on that right side, and I'm gonna try to stay out of it. I didn't get as left as I thought I would, but I should still be on a pretty good attacking angle. As long as I stay out of the hazard. I skipped. I found the one spot on the entire course that it's not really long grass, and I think I'm OB. Can't get all the luck. Just barely out of bounds. Ah. Bogey. If this one is on the right, it'll be in a good spot to kind of pitch up. If it's in the middle, I should also be able to get a par. Not a great drive overall, but it's not too bad. It looks like it's in the middle, so we should be okay. Should be okay to get a par pretty easily. We actually kind of have a run for birdie. There's a bit of a putt, so I'm gonna give it a go. Let's go! My putt has been on today. I've missed a couple, but man, great putts. We've made it through 12 holes, and we've only taken one bogey, and I've got a whole bunch of birdies. I think I'm -8 through the entire front 12, which means beating the goal of 5 under is very doable. Now 13 is the tough one because it is like 600 plus feet, and I don't know, I can eagle it with a driver. Maybe I can do it with a mid-range and a putter. Probably, I mean, at least a birdie, hopefully. I'm pretty impressed with the performance that we've had. So I'm not let down. I feel like this experiment of how do I do is, one, less disc to think about, and two, less variables to mess up. It's gone really well. So I think I'm gonna go with the Cayman on this hole because I just want to throw it really, really hard, and I want it to have a little bit of stability at the end for sure. And I think this will get enough distance with enough stability while also being safe enough that it won't just flip all the way over, which puts me OB, and I want to go left around those trees. Go all the way to the end and hang a left so that I can get around the corner and have a straight shot, maybe some flat ground to get to the basket. But I think this one will fly the farthest, get a little bit of finish, and it'll also be safe from absolutely cooking over if I throw it too hard. I could do the Mako, but I think if I mess it up just a hair, we're in trouble. That's why I'm going with the Cayman here. Dude, so this is probably, that's a great drive. Enough said. Not too bad. Still haven't come into a circumstance where really the driver had to be the play. That was maybe the closest spot, but even still, I mean, it's a jump up for birdie because it's a par 5. Ooh. Yikes. There you go, birdie on the longest hole. So this is the shortest hole on the course, and I got excited and I threw a shot to my Berg X. It wasn't actually that close to an ace. I thought it would be, and I forgot to record. So I'm gonna throw this shot in place of that, and hopefully it goes in. If it does, I'm taking it. Oh. That was way too long, but I was trying to ace run it, so, but I'll take the Berg X, sorry. Should be able to see it out there, right beside that white thing, so it's been there the whole time. This is arguably the hardest 445-foot hole I've ever played. And there's a Mando tree on the right, you gotta be left of it, but you're trying to go right around that corner. And then there's a big hill with a big hazard in the middle. They're trying to get up the hill and over these like 3 or 4 bushes that are pretty big and tough to get through or over. And then hope to tap in a par if you can, because you're probably gonna have to chip up at some point down here so that you can get a clear shot, because there's lots of trees. So I'm gonna forehand my Cayman. Trying to think if I want to do the zone or the A5 or the tempo. But I think I just need that little extra distance, so we're gonna go with the Cayman. Oh wow. Mid-range strike again, it's the best. That was one of the best forehands I've done. I usually throw a distance driver here because I just feel like I can never get there with my forehand. But using a mid-range instead worked out. I'm around the corner. I may not be in a perfect spot, but I feel like it's really good. We're getting through the toughest holes here without a lot of problem. And I mean, I messed up one shot and it was my fault. It wasn't the disc, that's for sure. Man, this is awesome. Oh dude, I'm right where I need to be. Basket's just up there, up that hill. Disc we've got landed right here at the bottom of the hill, kind of in the perfect landing zone. So I'm pretty hopeful that I can do this. A par. This one's another hard one. Hopefully, actually these mid-ranges and putters help, because for an upcoming tournament, BC Open, they've brought all the OB in real tight on both sides, which makes it a lot more difficult, which accuracy is the #1 thing. So yeah, we'll see if that pulls us through this hole, which is only about 400 feet. They made it a lot tougher because even though they put it in the short position and not the two longer positions, the OB is a lot tighter, so you need to be in the middle of the fairway. It's inbounds. Oh, that's short. That's crazy. It's another birdie. Holy smokes. I might tie my personal best here if I can birdie the next hole with putters and mid-ranges and approach discs. That's crazy. That's crazy. I misspoke. I'm currently at my personal best on the short tees, and if I birdie this, I beat it with mid-ranges and putters. So I think I've set out to show that I can play this entire course with 5 speeds and under, and it may be better off that I do so. And maybe you should try it too. This is the final hole, hole 18, and we're 1 birdie away from my personal best on this course, on this layout. And I can't believe I've done it with 5 speeds and lower. I just need a birdie here. So I'm gonna throw a nice forehand right up to the basket and tap in a birdie. And if not, I'm gonna make a 60-footer because I need the birdie to best myself, to get my personal best. Let's do it. Whew. That looks like the 60-footer I'm looking for. Well, maybe not that far, but it's not an easy putt. But I'm still gonna try. Well, flag saved me. of the story, get rid of your drivers, play the best round you've ever played. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.